conclude.
Please continue talking about an interesting ayat of the Holy Quran.
Brother Yusuf, we were on the subject of how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduces himself, and on one occasion it is the Surah Ikhlas, a very concise introduction to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his oneness. In another occasion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks to one of his prophets, Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, in Surah Taha, chapter 20, verse 14, and I quote, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Innani ana Allahu la ilaha illa ana fa'budni wa aqimis salata li zikri. Surely I am Allah, there is no God but I. Therefore serve me and keep up prayer for my remembrance. So I think in this is another introduction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by himself. Now before we conclude today's topic, I had the good fortune of finding a few verses very much relevant to Tawhid, which is again we emphasize the foundational pillar of Islam. If one has to enter the fold of Islam, it is such a short process. You have to subscribe to one thing. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his messenger. And we believe that when a person has spoken this, has subscribed to this, he has entered the fold of Islam. The rest of the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will inshallah guide him to it. So on the subject of Tawhid, in Surah Al-Araf, verse 59, this chapter 7, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and I quote, Indeed we sent Noah alayhi salam, Noah to his people, and he said, O my people, worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have no other ilah, that is God, but him. Certainly I fear for you the torment of a great day. And on the statement that you made, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent so many messengers with the same consistent message, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says himself in Surah Nahl, chapter 16, verse 36, and I quote, And verily we have sent among every ummah, that is community, a messenger proclaiming worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, and avoid all false deities. Then of them were some whom Allah guided, and of them were some upon whom the strain was justified. So travel through the land and see what was the end of those who denied the truth, the master truth. Then it goes on that the basis of our creation, from the very start, the creation of Adam alayhi salam, is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but with free will, by believing in the khair. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Az-Zariyat, and I quote, And I, that is Allah, created not the jinn and the mankind except that they should worship me alone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the very beautiful surah about the incident of Mi'raj, Surah Al-Isra, I quote, And your Lord has decreed that you should worship none except but him. In Surah Al-Inam again, verse 151, he says, and I quote, Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, come, I will recite what your Lord has prohibited you from. Should not be prohibited, rather be the opposite. Join not anything in worship with him. Now every Muslim in his 5 prayers daily confirms this in Surah Fatiha. When we say, you alone do we worship, and you alone we ask for help. So monotheism is a concept that we believe has been the original message to mankind from the very start. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself guarantees that there is not an ummah, a nation to which this message has not been revealed. And indeed, from Surah Al-Jinn, verse 13, and indeed when we heard the guidance of this Quran, we believed therein, that is in Tawhid, and whosoever believes in his Lord shall have no fear, either of a decrease in the reward of his good deeds, or an increase in the punishment for his sin. So the subscription to the Master Truth comes with great benefits, of course. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Sad, verse number 5, has He made the aliha, that is gods, into one ilah? Verily this is a curious thing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-In'am, verse 102, that is Allah, your Lord. There is no God but He, the creator of all things, then worship Him. And He has power to dispose of all affairs. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your efforts today. Before we close our discussion today, I had brought a very beautiful book from Medina. I had purchased it for 5 riyal, and yet I feel that this was the single best bargain in my life. It is full of some very beautiful du'as, supplications that are meant for the ritual of Hajj when we go to Arafat. Some of these du'as are very pertinent. I will just conclude with 1 or 2 of them. Allahumma asli li deen allazi huwa ismatu amri wa asli li dunyaya allati fiha ma'ashi wa asli li akhirati allati fiha ma'adi waj'al al-hayata ziyadatan li fi kulli khair wal mawta rahatan li min kulli shar. I translate, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, set aright my faith, which is the safeguard of my affairs, and set aright my world, in which is my livelihood, and set aright my hereafter, which I have to return to, and make life an excess for me in every goodness, and make my death a comfort against every evil. We conclude with the last dua for today. Allahumma Rabb as-samawati wa Rabb al-ardi wa Rabb al-arsh al-azim Rabbuna wa Rabbu kulla shay'in faliqul habba wal nawa munzil at-tawrati wal injili wal Qur'an a'udhu bika min sharri kulla shay'in anta akhizun bi nasiyatihi anta al-awwalu falaysa qablaka shay'un wa anta al-akhiru falaysa ba'daka shay'un wa anta az-zahiru falaysa fawqaka shay'un وأنت الباطن فليس دونك شيء أكت أن الدين وأغنني من الفقر. I translate, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of the heavens and the earth and Lord of the great throne, O Lord of us and Lord of everything, O you who causes the seed grain and the fruit stone to split and sprout. You sent down the Torah, the Gospel and the Quran. I seek refuge with you against the evil of everything whose forehead is held in your hands. You are the first, nothing precedes you. You are the last, nothing succeeds you. You are the most high, nothing is above you. You are the all aware of the secrets and whatever is concealed.
Hej, vi stänger alldeles snart så jag tänkte låsa här.
There is no one more aware than you. Pay my debt on my behalf and impervious to destitution. Ameen.
Ameen ya Rabbi. Ameen ya Rabbi. Brother Ziyad.
Brother